Hey guys, welcome back to your comfort streamer. Today, I had an amazing idea. What if Arcane Odyssey, but with, but with no stats, but levels. I need levels and also armor. I guess that's sort of interesting, but yeah, that's what this is. Let's start for this challenge goes as follows. I decided to pick Wind as my magic since it has a useful knockback ability, along with the ability to clear most stats effects. And then, that's about it. I went ahead and picked up a few guns since they have the most useful M1, that being just a regular shot. These bullets are rather incredible early game, providing easy damage of 2 times their usual amount with wind or punches. After a good night's rest, I go back on my way to kill God. Where am I even... Oh. After using my knife to take care of the local bandit community, I come back to receive my reward, an old flintlock, to go great with the dual flintlocks I just found. This way, it allows me to shoot 3 separate times without having to reload. The guns make the sheriff fight super easy, as I only have to hit him a couple of times to get him down. His attacks can be pretty brutal, so just stay away. That's about it. just, yep. I used the money I received from the sheriff fight to buy myself a sailboat, and I made my way to Frost Mill Island. That previous clip was in 16 times speed. Oh my god. Oh well. Now, we do the chores for the locals. Finding these bandits really showed off how absolutely awful this build can be when facing either multiple targets or someone that just keeps moving. Old Man Enazor told us about the fiery threat on the island called Iris, so we went in to take her out. Like, we're gonna shoot her. Iris told us that the real evil people were the big kingdom people. I don't know, Sparta. Those people. Doesn't matter, we're going to Cirrus now. Now that we're at Cirrus, it's just gonna be a lot of back and forth between all the main quests. Until we reach the lightning guy. And then we go in for the lightning round. I don't know. Cue transition. Honestly, it's the same thing as before. Shoot him till he's dead. Our guns still do tons of damage at this point, and so it's much better to just rely on them. With Elias down, we make our way to Sailor's Lodge. To summarize, we're now going to Fort Talos to beat up an old man. Okay, this has actually never happened to me before, but, you know, it's a good sign. Once we make it there, we find our favorite emo. Well, second favorite. And we go on in. After beating up the guard, we decide to split ways and go through the super sneaky, I don't even know what these things are, like, storage? Storage places? After doing that for 5 minutes, we find the area leading up to the Argos boss fight. Argos has stepped up in difficulty as he boasts an immaculate 3000 HP. At this point, we still only do around 50 to 80 damage with every attack. This means that we'll only be able to get him down at around 60 attacks total, assuming he doesn't block it for it. But he does. He does so much. Not only that, at this point, bosses are starting to do large area effect attacks that do about a quarter of your health bar. Because of our challenge run, and our current state of gear and total health, we're facing a bit of an uphill battle. For some reason here, he stopped attacking. And I'm assuming that's because of a bug caused by the wind's knockback. But it doesn't matter. We still had to fight him in the second phase. The only thing we really need to watch out for here is the melee combo, since each attack in that combo does about 60 damage. And we don't have that much health to spare. So if he does start charging at us, it's best to just hold down G and hope for a parry, and then just get out of the way. Now that we're in third phase, there's not really much we have to look out for, since he usually spans the beast instinct attack, and that's pretty easily punishable. The other attacks he does have, however, do around 80 damage, and they also hit multiple times. So if we get hit once, yeah, it's bye-bye. So keep your distance and hold G. Now that the old lion of Ravenna is dead, we quickly escape Port Talos. Now we make our way to Ravenna to commit regicide. No, not him. The other guy. But we won't see him for now. Instead, we have to fight this berserker who is going absolutely berserk and punching us to death several times. Now, I'm gonna speed up this fight, since most of it is just her regenerating and me trying oh so desperately to track her movements to find out where the hell she is so I can shoot her one last time. But nope. Nope. She can teleport. Anyways, after Karina. Alright, that's the end of the video. Yeah, we meet our end, and we never see the light of day ever again. Nah, I'm just kidding. We have a prison section to go through. Dialogue, dialogue, dialogue. Boxes, boxes, sleeping, dialogue, dialogue, and we're out of here. My emo! And Iris. Yeah, so we skedaddle the hell on out of there. And Iris blows some people up. But searing burns, I'll leave them scarred forever. Morden and glass guy. I don't know. I forgot his name. Yeah, they duel it out. I don't know what really happens, but they do that. Yapathon over here spelled some dialogue that doesn't really make sense right now, but it might later. And then he goes and zaps our friend. Now the real fight begins against the final boss of the challenge. We're not going to name this because there's not really anything there except for Maria. I am speeding up this section because he actually gets stuck in the wall. So I have to redo the fight, you know, if I want to do it fairly. Now we're going guns blazing, and this is like the same thing we've been doing this entire time. Although, we do have to play more defensively since all of his attacks do either 80 or 100 damage, or even 500 if we get hit by the big beam attack. So, preferably, stay out of the way and keep whittling his health bar down. Unfortunately for us, he does have a health bar of 4,500. Which, yeah, considering our damage hasn't really changed that much from when we fought General Argos, this is going to be a really tough challenge. I wouldn't say I really like this boss that much. I mean, he's a lot more fun to play against than the other bosses. I do prefer Alice's teleportation compared to King Calvis, because King Calvis just kind of teleports wherever he wants to, and sometimes doesn't even leave the trail behind him, so it gets very, very whiplashy. my hopes truly are is that as long as I keep flaying attacks towards his direction, one of them will hit. And they do. But the attack size we have currently isn't that good, since we're only using guns and our blast is only tier 1. Which is a whole nother thing. Wind really does show off its strengths here when it moves King Calvus so much that his bullets mostly just miss, which is great. But his area of attack is still amazing, so always guard, just in case. I got very greedy here when I really shouldn't have. His array attack, you know, the one where those bullets fly over his head and wait a little while before firing at us, does a lot of damage if left unchecked, but can be dodged pretty easily. Unfortunately, I was in the middle of an attack, so that's not going to cut out. When he charges up those big orbs, it's either going to be an area of effect around him or a single bullet towards you. Now, you could dodge the bullet, but I much prefer just parrying it when it comes. But if you're a bit worse at parrying, then you should definitely just dodge it. But parrying means I can keep attacking and simply just take the 15 damage. That's probably going to regenerate in a few seconds anyways. That being said, I should not have rested here. I was way too low HP, and that 70 damage really can start to hurt. But I tried it again, and thankfully that time it worked. The back-to-back orbital laser could definitely steal my entry, but thankfully I managed to get away in time for the second one before getting hit twice. That would have killed me. Now that King Calvus is dead, and we're still pretty under-geared and under-leveled and everything, we make our way to the outskirts to try to leave as fast as possible. Unfortunately for us, I lied. The true final boss is here. And folks, we are in for a long one. No. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Even though I was joking, this is still like the longest time it took me to beat Prince Revon. Because usually he only goes down in like 1 second, maybe even less. I was starting to get pretty cautious of this boat as I began to realize I didn't have that many AoE attacks, if any at all, and everything on that boat is very capable of killing me. That wasn't that big of an issue as I thought it was though. I got pretty lucky with them not being. After that, I made it pretty safely to Windrow Island, where it'd be stopping this. I actually realized I turned around that the same problem I faced on the Ravenna sailboat was going to be apparent here, as all these wolf warrior thingy majiggies are definitely able to kill me, and I cannot get them down as quickly as I thought I would be able to. Thankfully though, being cautious and taking my time with them, I was able to whittle them down. After this quest, it's going to lead us to the Awakening, which I'm pretty sure requires a level like around 113, and that takes us to the Nimbus Sea, where there isn't much content, so I won't be going over that. So that wraps it up for this video. I might do this again during full release, but I'm not keeping the file the same. Especially since we didn't get much. But I'll see you when there's more content. Bye bye.